What if I did a rebuild that's centered around the 2024 rookie class?
Honestly, it's not a terrible
Big
idea to do that. Like right now, you could probably get them for like a third of what they'd be worth.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean, I still feel like the next year's first round picks are. It's not until people realize where they stand at the end of the year that they start to picture what that pick is, you know?
right. Yeah.
Rough Draft Research. We're back at it again. We're here.
What up?
We have no fear. We're ready to persevere into week 11.
Let's make your fantasy dreams clear.
There it is. So we're here, Rough Draft Research, week 11. Let's get it started. We got some news and headlines. There's not a lot of news and headlines for us anymore, but we'll kick it over to Christian. What you got?
Oh, Antonio Brown's back in the news.
Must be good news, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's great news. He definitely didn't steal a vaccination card and fake his way in the NFL. Who knows if he actually did that?
Yeah, you believe anything you hear about AB now.
I loved it though. Yeah. It was like it wasn't like this hard hitting story. It's like his chef came out and said,
yeah.
And I really like to believe that Antonio Brown's just drunk at dinner, and then guess what? The fucking NFL took my fake vaccination card. Just what are you doing, man?
I think it's much more likely that he just lied to his chef about it to seem cool.
Yeah. Nah, man, I ain't vaccinated.
I didn't do that shit. They can't tell me what to do. And he just fucking does it.
I want to know which of the approved NFL helmets is AB wearing now.
I guess that is a pretty big. It should have been a big story.
I never saw anything. AB picks a helmet,
Yeah.
That was such a fucking catastrophe, man, and that whole Raiders deal. But
yeah, that's what really brings me back to hating Antonio Brown is that was such a clear he was so clearly just fucking up the Raiders because Pittsburgh wouldn't trade him to New England. Once he got cut and then just immediately signed with the Patriots, I don't know. It just shattered this wall of athlete professionalism. And it's no, you went to this team. They paid you money. He got paid. He didn't get his full contract because he got cut. But they fucking paid you. And now you're just throwing a fit to get out of there. I don't know. It would have been one thing if he got traded and didn't get a contract. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's weird that you can just be petty and kind of just a piece of dog boost stew.
Yeah,
and then it's just no problem. Let's go win a Super Bowl in Tampa now.
Exactly.
Cool.
Tom Brady has some weird hard on for you, so you just get to do whatever you want to go play with him.
You could have just left it. Tom Brady had some weird hard on. So, I don't know. I assume it's gluten free.
Jeez.
But yeah, I'm sure we'll find out more.
Dairy-free.
I doubt he did anything, but he's just a fuck. So it's always fun when he gets some weird news.
Yeah, gotta love it. Back in the news, but well, that's your headlines.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. Thursday night. What you got?
Dallas Goedert signed a new deal. I don't remember the specifics of it, but was a 4-year deal. So that's cool. I guess that's big news for Dynasty. He's been doing well in Philly, so he stays right where he's going to do well, hopefully.
Let's just say he earns himself that contract.
It's 4 years, 59 mil with 35 guaranteed. So.
Pretty
I
good
like
deal.
that. I was sitting there looking like, hey, man, is he playing this week? And then got slapped with a contract.
He's still questionable to play.
Oh,
but
yeah. I
He
just thought that
ain't
was
questionable to pay, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's. Hey man, maybe I'll play this week. Maybe I won't. You guys gonna,
funny. Yeah.
Because I've been talking to Dallas.
Yeah.
That was funny, man. That whole draft was pretty
Oh, yeah, that
hilarious.
was hilarious.
So, speaking of petty.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let's move on. Thursday night football. Pats Falcons.
Pats, man.
don't
The
know.
Pats versus Pats.
Yeah, seriously, I don't know much. What else is what is there to say? No, Cordell Patterson. He knew they weren't winning this one.
That's true.
Yeah.
When's the last time 3 different quarterbacks threw a pick for the same team in the same game? It's probably happened more often than I would think, but it was just really disgusting. The Felipe Franks stat line.
Yeah, 0 for 1 and an interception.
Yeah.
Damn.
1 pass, 1 pick.
I think it's funny, like the text exchange that me and you had, Daniel, was you were just like last pass ever right after Rosen threw his interception, and my response was Felipe Frank's time, and then it was all but 10 minutes. Felipe Franks comes in and throws an interception.
Yeah, what happened between those two things was like a kickoff. And that was it. Pretty much over. It was kind of a fun game. I was actively cheering for and against Ramondre Stevenson after having traded him, but still excited about the player. So
Yeah.
but
It's crazy that the Patriots just had to take 1 year off from a dynasty and now they're good again.
yeah,
Like, because they're legitimately good at this point. Like, they went up
sure.
and down at the beginning of this year, and it was like, oh, maybe they're just an up and down team. No, they're just good. They're a good team.
they quietly have like the best rookie quarterback on their team as well.
Yeah, who was the last one drafted? And Kyle Shanahan's just sitting in San Francisco, fucking pissed.
Apparently
Talking him out of
ESPN
Mac
was
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was all the front office. Like, come on, man, we gotta go Trey Lance here. He's like, I'm telling you,
It's gonna be Mac Jones.
Well,
Funny.
just an update. Went back through the old Ramondre Stevenson videos, which Christian hated, and we had a bet that he would never be a top 36 running back. Little update. He's creeping up.
36.
He's up to 44.
All
There
right.
you go.
That's
But
fair.
they haven't had their bye week yet, so you can bake that into your dreams.
Hey, man. Hey, you
Week
said 'em all
14 bye
time.
week, that's going to set them up for the postseason, man.
Yeah, dog.
They're in like number 3 in the AFC running right now, behind the Titans and the Ravens, I think.
That's
Weird.
crazy.
It's weird.
It's really weird.
Shit.
Well, let's move her right along. We'll go into matchup. We're going to start with old Daniel Darther this week with the Bears and Ravens.
I was just going to talk trash on John Lynch and the Mac Jones pick thing real quick. No, I'm just joking. No, yeah, the Bears and the Ravens. Everyone, this is going to be a showdown. The Bears are coming off of a bye week, They had a pretty good game leading into that bye. They just about dusted Pittsburgh there. That was pretty cool. Cole Kmet had 8 targets. He ended up with 87 yards. Darnell Mooney had 2 touchdowns, 1 if by land, 1 if by air. So this guy's very revered, if you know what I mean. But Allen Robinson finally gets involved. He's got 6 targets, 68 yards, and then now is like pretty much doubtful to play this week.
Yeah.
So that actually sucks. One thing that breaks my heart a little bit is that Khalil Herbert is pretty much nothing now with DeMont back. He had such a great run there for 2 games, but David Montgomery is back. He put up 63 yards. And overall, things for the Bears are just like they're just trending up.
Yeah.
This was go ahead.
Can I interrupt you real quick and just ask? So Demont,
Yeah.
third year, right?
Yep.
Are we thinking that maybe he's gone after next year because of Khalil Herbert?
Oh, it feels like
It does feel like it.
Even
Yeah.
though, I mean, Montgomery's been really good, but like Khalil, I feel like has showed enough for you to roll with him as your starter instead of paying David Montgomery.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I like to also imagine Matt Nagy's not going to be there, so who even
Yeah.
knows? I mean, I could see him just not re-signing David Montgomery, new coaching staff coming in, drafting their own running back and being like, hey, we got this kid Khalil Herbert.
I mean, they know what he can do.
Yeah.
That's fine. We were just talking
Yeah.
about it. Where I was giving the rundown. There's this guy, Sincere McCormick. He's a running back that's kicking ass in college, and I was talking about how he's the number 2 running back in all college football last year, and number 1 was Brees Hall, and then it was Najee, Michael Carter, and then Khalil Herbert was actually finished the year at number 5 in rushing yards
wow.
in all of college football. So. I mean, I know we know he's a serious guy, but now everyone knows, and yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, what's Demont gonna really demand as a compensation anyway? He had a little bit of hit and miss. Mm-hmm. Nagy never really got him up and running that great. Now he's playing really well, but you add all that. What's gonna happen when Tariq Cohen's supposed to be coming back pretty soon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm with you. I think that Demont might be shopping for a new uniform in the near future.
Trade bait, draft time or next year, that trade deadline.
Dude, it'd be really nice. I mean, we were talking last year when we wanted teams like Atlanta or Miami to draft a running back. Fuck, trade for a veteran. Cool.
Yeah, even better, man.
Anyway, I didn't mean to derail your preview.
Nah, I loved it.
No, that was cool, man. I was right at a stopping point. I was saying that things are trending up for the Bears, and that Fields coming off a career high 291 passing yards. But then I was just going to talk about Allen Robinson being doubtful and how this matchup for the Ravens is pretty interesting. They're 22nd and are 32nd in pass yards allowed. So, it would have been a great game for Allen Robinson, but it's still going to be a great game. A moment of silence for Marcus Peters. Of course, the Ravens secondary is pretty phenomenal, but when you don't have all your players out there, it's not going to look as good. But their run defense is good, so I think it's going to be one of those things where Fields needs to build on what he's doing in the passing game. Cole Kmet, going to be great. Darnell Mooney, it's going to be awesome. So we'll just see what else happens. On the Baltimore side of the game, they're coming off of that embarrassing loss versus the Dolphins. It's pretty sad. They gave up 290 passing yards in that game. But somehow they're still 6-3, and we got to remember that is a 1-point loss to Kansas City, a 2-point loss to Detroit, and a 3-point loss to Minnesota. So it's not like they're 3-6 and things are going perfect. They need to tighten some stuff up. So we'll see what happens. Rashad looked good. Mark Andrews looked great. It's time to get it going. I'm a little scared about the rushing game. Devonta Freeman's not playing as consistently as I'm sure they would like, and Hollywood Brown is questionable. So this game, I think it's going to be a ripe opportunity for the Bears to get the upset, man. Honestly.
Yeah. I imagine Latavius is probably looking pretty good in practice. They just cut Le'Veon.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Well, Latavius is still nursing that injury coming back.
Oh,
Yeah, it's still on the injury report.
Free Tyson Williams, man.
It's just so sad. It's sad to look at, the Ravens backfield and like Justice Hill, Gus Edwards, obviously J.K. Dobbins, and then
I think it's crazy thinking back to last year where everyone's like,
Oh,
throw Devontae Freeman on your roster, man. He could really go somewhere and do something, and he just didn't. And then all of a sudden, a year later, here he is.
Yeah,
you can kind of count on him for 50 yards and a touchdown opportunity.
He had a really good game 2 weeks ago, but last week I think he got only 35 rushing yards, and he's not really getting out targeted getting a lot of targets when you have the kind of pass catchers that they have now.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much where I'm at on that game. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know. I got a bunch of other random shit I could say, but none of it's concise. So we can move on.
No, I'm with you 100%. The Ravens are just too banged up, and the Bears are frisky enough that this could be a fun, interesting game.
It's just too damn bad because it's not Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't take credit for victory.
It's interesting. Like, when I think about the Bears as far as pass catchers, I think Allen Robinson, I think Darnell Mooney, I think Cole Kmet, and then I'm like, who? I can't even think of who else is on that team catching passes.
Yeah, I can't remember. The one guy had one out of 4.
I want to say
for
Daz
50.
Newsome, but
No, it was
Hurt. Yeah.
who was it? I don't know. I was just looking at it, obviously doing a little bit of research. I'll pull it up, guys. Don't worry, I'm on it.
Sorry, no, I didn't mean to keep it going, but when you said Darnell Mooney and his connection, I'm just like, who the hell else if Allen Robinson doesn't play? Who?
There was a guy that got 4 targets, caught 1, and got 50 yards. And I want to say it was an old 49ers guy. There were a couple of those dudes. But, I have to look it up.
Here, I got it right here.
Marquise Goodwin.
Marquise
Jimmy
Goodwin.
Graham,
There you go.
Okay.
David Montgomery.
Marquise Goodwin. That was who got that
That's
catch
who it is.
last week.
Yeah. Man, they do not have a lot of depth because I knew Javon Wims wasn't on that team anymore.
Nope.
All right. Anyway, yeah, we can move on now.
Okay. All right. We don't have to. No, I'm just joking. We should.
We can go on to the Bengals Raiders. Over to Christian.
Yeah, so talk about two teams that are desperate for a win, sitting at 5-4 and have both lost 2 in a row, and both were looking like the surprises of the year and then just fell off a cliff. Obviously, we kind of know what happened in Vegas, that all that turmoil with Ruggs and Gruden, that can kind of throw your whole team off. We don't really know what happened to Cincinnati when they stomped the Ravens and then lost to the Jets and then lost again. It's wild. So this will be a really interesting matchup. I think both teams are going to be fighting really hard. They both need to win to kind of stay in their division races. And they both have excellent passing offenses. Cincinnati is 8th overall in yards per game, and Vegas is still really high. They're 2nd in yards per game. But it's not hang on.
We got some doggy business.
We got dogs barking up in the house. Is he talking about how awesome Brian Edwards was? Was it like 88 yards? Got a tutty in there. It's awesome.
What did you do the week before that, though?
Oh, yeah, he was 0 for 4. No catches, no points.
You didn't start her, did you?
Oh, yeah, I did. 2 leagues, two L's.
DFS, though?
No, I didn't
Oh,
start.
you didn't go that deep.
Did you see my DFS last week?
No.
I
Wait, you
I
run?
started Ramondre, and I started someone else that crushed it too. I did really well. I got 2nd place in the
I got
or
last.
2nd or 3rd.
All right, so it's going to be some interesting matchups, specifically Cincinnati's rushing attack versus the Raiders' rushing defense, because the Raiders are pretty poor in that area of their defense, allowing 129 yards per game, but Cincinnati is only rushing about 97 yards a game. So it's not like that's some huge strength of Cincinnati's that they can take advantage of the Raiders' rushing defense, because their offensive line still isn't that good. It was better than it was last year, I'd argue, but it's still not great. So they can't really get the ball on the ground going very well at all. But then you got to look at the Raiders. I mean, they kind of toughed it out when Gruden got fired, their first or retired or whatever you want to say that he did. And they won their first game, but they've been like all over the place since. They lost, and then last year they just let the Chiefs just take them to Pound Town. and they gave up 516 yards. And their offense has just like lost all of its identity. Like Brian Edwards has been okay, but not incredible. Carr, the last 2 games, has looked not great at all when he looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the league, top 5 for sure, the first couple weeks or the first half of the season, basically. And now he's just not looked right. So, like, I asked, like, are the Raiders kind of broken? Can they fix themselves? And to do that, I think they need to find their identity. And that starts with putting Deshaun Jackson in that Henry Ruggs role and actually kind of giving it to him and letting him run loose. It's not ideal. We all know D-Jax is older, but that's what you're going to have to do now because your offense isn't working.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're right. They need to get what was successful in the beginning of the year going again. And I don't know, 50 rushing yards against the Chiefs defense. This doesn't really seem like it doesn't seem like they're doing it right. Mm-mm. They're definitely fucking, I mean, it's a little bit broken, but then again, it's like just give Waller 17 targets, right? Like that seemed to work for me. So. Yeah, they're fucked, dude. I'm excited about this game because, like you were saying, you know, the Chiefs put up 422 passing yards against them last week. Mm-hmm. And if Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase can do that kind of shit to him, then it's going to be annihilation.
Yeah, and we don't know where the Bengals defense stands because one week they're the top waiver priority, and then the next week it's just like, what the hell is going on? The NFL's all topsy-turvy this year, man. It's a weird one.
It's hot and cold, baby. It's long hair, short hair. What's cool? I don't know.
It's hot and it's cold. It's yes and it's no. It's in, then you're out. It's up, then you're down.
Okay.
Katy Perry?
Yeah. You'll need to cut there at about 30 minutes.
Yeah. Shit. Nah, yeah. Get Josh Jacobs the ball, goddammit.
Yeah.
I traded my first round pick in that trade. Come on, man. I'm desperate over here.
There has been too much of a committee. Honestly, if none of them are that successful, I mean, they got a ton of targets the week before and it worked out or whatever. But if none of them are successful, then just go to the guy you drafted in the first round.
Right. You'd think.
Or trade for David Montgomery, you know. Those are your options.
I would be excited to see D-Jax in there, but I did notice you mentioned the Zay Jones snap count.
Oh, yeah. He's in the 85 plus. He's not getting a lot of targets, but he's on the field.
Yeah, but I mean, that might change once D-Jax gets acclimated to the playbook, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, man. I know for sure we talked about the Raiders too much.
Yeah.
So let's get the fuck out of there.
You got it. We'll go to an exciting matchup. The Dolphins versus the Jets. Yeah, I took this matchup. Let's fucking go, man. Tua is a go. He's coming back. I mean, he finished the game last week. We're going to go straight into it. Zach Wilson's knee is, quote, structurally okay, but he is not playing. Joe Flacco is going to get the start for the Jets. He played the Miami Dolphins for the Jets last year, week 6. Went 21 for 44, 186 yards, baby.
Sexy.
Yeah, dog. So last week he came in, threw 3 passes for 47 yards and a touchdown. 2 of those targets and the touchdown to Elijah Moore, baby. Looks like he was looking for that first pass was just like this fake to him.
Nice.
Which was awesome. He went up and grabbed it, man. I did find this, which I thought was interesting. So then deciding to let Flacco start does have implications for the trade they made with the Eagles because they made it for a 6th-round pick. And if Joe Flacco plays more than 50% of the snaps in at least 4 games, that turns into a 5th-round pick.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
So if they decide to kind of tank their season and let Zach Wilson sit back, you know, that...
I heard, Zach Wilson's knee is okay, but his butt hurt.
Something like that. That's awesome. Miami is first in passing yards allowed with 2,700 yards. So it's an opportunity, not so much for Joe Flacco, but hopefully Elijah Moore. Or I'm hoping so. I think this is more optimism, but
Yeah.
We'll see what can happen. Corey Davis kind of opened it up a little bit. The Jets defense, 5th in passing yards allowed, with a little under, just about a 200-yard difference between the Dolphins, and they've played one less game. So it's not like they're doing much on that side of the ball either. The Jets, I will say, Jets 1st in rushing TDs allowed, 5th in rushing yards allowed. They're also 3rd in yak yards allowed, so I'm thinking maybe Jalen Waddle time.
Fucking it's always Jalen Waddle time.
Let's get some shit going. But like I
Milwaukee
said, to come back around to the Miami, they're 1st in air yards allowed, so let's get some more of those fades to Elijah, if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah. I feel like Corey Davis had a good bounce back game too after missing a few.
Yeah, it can't be that bad. The last thing I was going to say, Flacco, sorry, Miami is 2nd in blitz percentage and 1st in quarterback knockdowns.
Nice.
But also giving up all those passing yards, so they're getting beat in the blitz, and they're the bottom half in sacks. So they're disrupting the quarterback, but giving up a lot of yards. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see some Michael Carter action as well.
Yeah, man.
Let's get a little few. Let's get that yak. Elijah Moore, Michael Carter, some Corey Davis, Joe Flacco. Let's go, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, dude. That Miami defense really held the Ravens in check. So.
They did fuck up the Ravens.
Right.
That was more, I think, the fescue thing, but that was nuts.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When I look at the Ravens, it's just like their offense just either clicks or doesn't, man.
Yeah.
You either got Lamar Jackson's number or not.
For sure.
But
I think it should be a pretty cool game. I like Joe Flacco, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be fun. Like, they're not the most exciting teams, but the defenses aren't great, and it's got a lot of the guys we liked in the offseason.
Right.
You know, some Waddle, some Elijah Moore, Michael Carter, like
Elijah Vera Tucker. Let's get it going.
Yeah, and you know, right? It's funny too how I bring up, you know, New York. The Jets are like 1st in rushing touchdowns allowed and 5th in rushing yards allowed, but then I don't talk for a second about a Miami running back.
Right.
So,
which one? None of them.
Oh yeah, because they're all terrible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I think that the Dolphins and the Jets should just combine rosters, and then like they can just have their mascot be the dolphin with the wings on it, like with jet wings on it. Yeah.
Dude, you know how much fun that would be? Little, like, put Zach Wilson back there with some Waddle, some more Michael Carter.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be hot as fuck.
Heck yeah. I love it. You don't need Joe Flacco.
Keep a terrible defense and just let them just fucking open it up.
It's a beautiful thing. Why aren't more NFL teams combining rosters?
We're going to type a letter right now.
Yeah.
That's what the Rams are trying to do.
Yeah, no shit. Like, it's fine. Salary cap doesn't exist, and neither does the draft. You can do it. That's awesome.
All right, man. Let's kick it back over to you, Chiefs and Cowboys. This is a pretty exciting matchup.
This is extremely exciting, man. This is a blockbuster. I don't know where to start or where to end. So I'm just gonna put it all out there. I was talking about Darrell Williams. He was coming up big versus the Raiders last week. He had 100 yards through the air on 9 catches, and he did 43 on the ground. So that's pretty awesome. I still can't figure out if Clyde's playing or not. He could play, but like it's also a bye week next week. It's like this is the biggest game of the year for you guys, kind of. So why don't you fucking just? I mean, you know, it's all good. Darrell Williams is doing great, but to only have 43 yards against the Raiders. Feels like you might need an inside runner. Maybe put some Clyde action back in you. Anyway, I understand the Chiefs are thinking long term, you know, keep your Clydes fresh because they're going to be making that playoff push now that they finally got the division. Oh, man, the Chiefs. I was really, really happy to see them airing it out. I've already mentioned it a little bit that they had that 422 passing yards. Like, that was nice. It was really good to see that Kelsey had almost 120 yards. He had 10 targets. Hill had 2 touchdowns. Starting to look like the Chiefs we know and love. Honestly, the defense was pretty solid too. The Raiders have been
good for a few weeks.
Yeah, really, really good.
Really good. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So they held the Raiders to 249 passing yards and 50 rushing yards. So it's pretty good. I worry a lot about the rushing defense for the Chiefs, especially going up against Zeke and Tony Pollard. So,
by the way, defense pretty good. MLD, most left takes.
Oh yeah, the other defense is pretty good too.
Shoot,
the Cowboys defense. Both defenses. Sorry.
I feel like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are going to eat Trayvon Diggs alive.
Oh yeah.
Because he's just so aggressive, which is why he has so many picks this year and why he's been making these splash plays. But fuck, he gets destroyed sometimes too.
Yeah.
So you got Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes, just fake him once and then just leave.
Yeah, I mean, we know how good Diggs has been, but literally the defenses for the Chiefs and the Cowboys are giving up identical pass yards per game.
Whoa.
So you think it's awesome that they're getting the picks, but they're still not limiting teams from passing on them all day. And that's because, you overcommit to try to get a turnover, then you give up a big play because now the guy is behind you. And that's
now
where
he's
you're
10
supposed to
yards
be.
past you. Yeah.
Right, exactly. If you're looking at the ball and not the offensive wide receiver, you can if you don't get the ball, you let it go. But it's fun because they're both coming off of major victories. The Falcons got embarrassed last week by the Cowboys. The Raiders got, I guess, exposed almost because there was a lot of hype, and then they just snubbed them out, man. So it's awesome. I know I talked a little bit about the Chiefs and how they did, but the Star Squad did pretty good. Can we call the Cowboys the Star Squad? Because
I think so.
All right. CeeDee Lamb, 2 touchdowns. Zeke, 2 touchdowns. It's just, so I'll mention, Amari Cooper, not in this game. So maybe your Gallups, maybe a little Cedric Wilson action. Obviously, Schultz gets a bump here.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be crazy. My coworker, Dave, he is married to a Cowboys fan, and he said they got the foam bricks out. It's gonna be someone's gonna be sleeping in the camper Sunday night.
That's great.
So it's a BB House showdown.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, you guys know what it is with these teams. It's gonna be fucking crazy.
It's probably game of the week.
Yep. Yeah, this is a 3:00 game, so it'll be available for all to see. Get some yard work done and.
Well, also, can we change these goddamn flexing schedule rules? Why is Sunday Night Football, Pittsburgh and the Chargers, and Dallas and Kansas City are on at 3:25? That's some nonsense. I think I'm only salty because this is going to be the first Sunday I've had to work in 2 years. And so I'm missing Packers, Vikings, and Chiefs, Dallas. I'm be pissed about it.
Damn, dude.
Anything else on Chiefs, Cowboys?
Nah, man.
That's going to be a fun one. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's going to be a good game. So let's go to Colts Bills. Over to Christian. Another very exciting game.
Yeah, it is. Colts, can we just give a little golf clap to the Colts? They started 1-4 and they're 5-5 now. That's pretty impressive, especially when you got Carson Wentz playing very up and down. As a Carson Wentz trumpeter all offseason,
so more of a trombone.
Yeah, tromboner. It's been a mixed bag. He's had some really, really good games and some really, really shit games. But the Colts are winning, and I think it's down to Jonathan Taylor just being an absolute monster.
Dude, holy shit.
He's got a PFF rating of 90, which is crazy. They don't, nobody gets 90s with PFF. So, he's just been taking the Colts on his back and forcing them into a 500 record. Unfortunately, they're playing the Bills defense that's ranked 3rd against the rush in yards per game. And I think a very good Bills defense is not going to be scared of Carson Wentz because of his up and down play. So I feel like they're going to put like 8 dudes in the box and just dare Carson Wentz to do something about it. But both these defenses are really good, and this might sound crazy given their statistics, but I don't feel like the Bills' offense looks like what their statistics say they are. They look a lot more clunky and like a lot weirder than they did last year to me. Am I off on that, or?
It's almost like you can count on Diggs getting 70 yards. That's about the only thing you can count on in that offense.
Yeah, and I mean they're putting up
it at 12 targets.
Yeah,
but I mean you can't even count on that, man. You can't count on anything. It's like who's getting the ball? Emmanuel Sanders,
Right.
Gabriel Davis, Isaiah McKenzie. Like, is that?
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's. And then all of a sudden, fucking Singletary ends up with a good game, or then Moss.
They had 4 rushing touchdowns last week, and they were all different people. Like,
Matt Breida. Matt
Breida,
Breida's alive.
Zach Moss and Devin Singletary all had a rushing touchdown, so they had 3.
And I say Cole Beasley only had 2 targets, so that's my bad.
Yeah, so it's just weird, and I do think the Colts. I would argue that the Colts defense is the best defense they've played all year. I don't think that the Colts have the talent to beat the Bills. I think the Bills are arguably the best team in the NFL. But I could see this game being a lot closer than people might think.
Dude, I'm with you because I think you can count on any Bills game being a lot closer than you think at this point. Dude, like every week, I'll be strolling and I'll see like these like quarterback rankings, and it's always Josh Allen just sitting there like in the top 3. Mm-hmm. And then it just in real life, like that's what everyone's expectation is. It's so up and down, man. I don't know what it is.
The money.
It's good to be that up and down and still be one of the best teams in the league, though. Like,
it just seems like it's almost like maybe a lack of focus. Am I mistaken?
Well, if you rely on your talent instead of your execution, then you'll allow people to catch up with you by working harder than you. But now the Bills, it feels like it's everyone, like no one's just going out there every week and putting it together.
Yeah,
talking to you, Matthew Stafford.
Talking to you, Lamar Jackson.
Right, all over the place. So maybe it's like this every year, but when you're in it, you just remember, you remember the good shit. You remember the solid games. You don't remember the struggles, but
it
seems like a lot of teams are struggling to be consistent,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless you're the Vikings, you're really good at making it a one possession game at the end of and losing now.
That's true. Disappointment is the one achievement that can be reproducible easily.
Yeah. But no, I agree with you. I love the Colts, man. I love the defense. I think this might be a sneaky, just all defensive game. Even
Jonathan Taylor, man.
Dude, that guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's fucking sick.
I love it.
It's pretty awesome to have a team where you're like, you know what, John? We need some confidence. Go out there and put up 100 yards and a touchdown in the first quarter. And then we'll just cruise to victory.
You know what we need? We need a leadoff 75-yard TD. Can you do that? And he's like, that's a coin flip.
You know what the worst part about having Jonathan Taylor on your team is? Knowing he's got that week 14 bye.
Yeah,
hopefully you got it locked up by then. I was on the waiver wire like, oh man, I know it's coming up. I don't know what to fucking do, man. That's like a good 30 points. How do I make up for this? But cool, man. Well, perfect. We'll move on to the Steelers-Chargers unless y'all got anything else.
Nah.
All right, then. I'm going to start it off with the Claypool removed from the injury report. So that's good because I remember like a week and a half ago we were talking about maybe he was done for the year. So it's nice to see he's back on it, ready to go. Tomlin coming out hinting that Big Ben's going to play. So I'm just going to pretend like he is. It's a Sunday night game. I imagine they're going to want a good showing. And Mason Rudolph is just atrocious.
To say the least.
So we're going to start with that Pitt D, 7th in sacks at 26, and that is even down a game. According to PFF, by the way, the top 3 pressures for this Steelers defense, Cameron Hayward, as expected, TJ Watt with 12 of those sacks, who is not playing, and Melvin Ingram, who is now a Chief.
Dude, Melvin Ingram has changed the Chiefs.
Yeah, dude. And it's incredible. And so also out is their leading tackler, Mika Fitzpatrick.
Of course.
So we're talking about a really good defense, down 2 of their starters and also trading away one of their other great players. So we got their strong safety, Terrell Edmonds, who's given up 4 touchdowns, and that's been with Mika Fitzpatrick, or 3 touchdowns, that's been with Mika. And now he's playing with their backup, Trey Norwood, who has given up like a 72% passing or reception percentage. So, I mean, we could be looking at some Chase Claypool shots. Oh, I just realized I fucked that up. I meant to say Mike Williams.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that's out of question here. The Chargers' defense, as you guessed it, first in rushing yards allowed. Dalvin last week with 94. Jordan Howard, that 71-yard game and a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Hurts also had 62 yards in that game. Damian Harris, 80 yards. So I think Najee was going to eat anyways. So he's definitely going to eat this week.
I need all that.
But watch out for Kenneth Murray, man. He looks good back there in that number 9, dude. He was looking really good last week. Finally came back. I was watching the game as a Vikings fan, being like, who the fuck is this number 9 right here? He was all over the place. He looked good. I don't think that's going to be enough to plug that hole for Najee. But going into the LA defense, 3rd best in passing yards allowed. But, I mean, do teams have to pass against them when they're giving up so many rushing yards? Despite this, they are great for fantasy, always allowing a big playmaker. Justin Jefferson last week, 9 receptions, 143 yards. Devonta Smith, 5 receptions, 116 yards. Just when we thought Devonta Smith wasn't going to do anything, comes out and just owns the Chargers. But most importantly, let's think about playing some Pat Freiermuth, dude. Conklin last week, 2 touchdowns. Mark Andrews, 5 receptions, 68 yards and a touchdown. And let's not forget the week that everyone spent all their fab on Njoku, who had the 7 receptions, 149 yards, and a touchdown. That was against the Chargers.
Wow.
So I think they got a little tight end situation there. So go ahead, write that down your DFS.
You got it.
But the dude I see popping, and I'm really going to watch it this week, Ray McLeod, dude.
Hell yeah.
12 targets. J-Wash, Juju gone next year. That guy was popping, dude. He was getting that kind of Deontay Johnson treatment with like the quick passes, but he also was stretching the field a little bit, not connecting when that happened. But we could see a possible Jamal Agnew situation.
Oh, Jesus.
I knew that'd get you. But no, dude, I think that's definitely a guy to monitor.
Right on.
Or even if you have an extra roster spot, I mean, pick him up, see what happens this game.
You cut him
Right and then cut him.
Starts.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's kind of my wrap on this. But this will be an exciting one.
Fuck yeah.
I think it's going to be a possibly high-scoring game.
Yeah, Pat Freiermuth's killing it, dude.
Besides
he looks
that,
really good.
He needs that bounce back from that fumble last week.
Yeah, that wasn't great, but for a rookie tight end, he's setting a high benchmark. I know, dude. He's the next Vance McDonald. Heath Miller. That's
No, I'm with you. I think this is going to be a really exciting game. I really hope Herbert can kind of even out his play, though. Like he's on Carson Wentz levels of up and down this year. It feels like.
Yeah.
Oh well, I hope we get some Mike Williams shots because I was gonna say Herbert's success has been with Mike Williams really this year.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, the secondary's weak.
Yeah.
The pass rushers are out. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity.
Oh shit, let's move it on along. Eagles Saints.
Seagulls. Alrighty. Yeah, Eagles Saints. So it turns out that every time I do a team, the players just don't come to play. That was the Amari Cooper in the Cowboys game. Then you had the Allen Robinson in the Bears game. And in this game, it's Alvin Kamara. So whatever. But it's definitely official. Trevor Siemian is a more prolific passer than Jameis Winston. So what's up with that? He's fresh off of a 298-yard game, and so he's averaging more attempts and yards than Winston. The Saints are 5-4, and the AFC, so they're going to need to keep on keeping on. They did pretty well without Alvin Kamara last week. Probably would have won easily. That 2-point margin of defeat versus the Titans. I feel like Alvin Kamara could have got them that 2 points, but it's still a little shaky on the Kamara front. Apparently he's out again. So what's up, man? It's Mark Ingram time. He had 108 total yards last week. Caught 4 of 7 targets headed his way. And I think, honestly, if Simeon keeps it up, we could start to have some pass catchers as fantasy options with the Saints. That's something that just was like, a void in the early part of the year. But he's moving the ball around. He's getting some touchdowns through the air. And he's kind of lighting it up, man. And I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see how it goes from here. But on the Eagles side of the ball, they're kind of building some steam up with this we only rush the ball thing. So what the fuck? I don't know what to say for sure, but they had 216 yards of rushing, and that's with the sacks minused out last week. And that's pretty banger, man, for a single week. But Devonta Smith, he, as you mentioned, had that 116-yard game 2 weeks ago. He didn't really ball out that hard, but he did have 2 scores, so that's pretty impressive. I don't know. I'd like to see a bump in the targets over here. The rushing is just like, it's just scaring me. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Jordan Howard all the time, Boston Scott all the time, and now they have Miles Sanders possibly healthy again. Is he gonna start running the ball? Scares the shit out of me.
You know the saying: you give it a Miles, it'll give you some inches.
That's right. I know. Yeah, that is true. Miles Sanders has always been a little bit of disappointing, but yeah. Anyway, Devonta Smith is like 3 targets, 6 targets, 6 targets. It's like, fuck. We need more targets than that. He's showing out. He's pretty badass wide receiver. Just got to give him the ball some more. And you think about the Saints' defense is number 1 against the rush, and they're 26th in allowed passing yards. So it's time, man. Air Jalen. Let me get them Air Jalens right up here. Pump them up. But yeah, like you're saying, Goddard got his big deal. He hasn't really shown out this year as I thought he might. And as an Eagles pass catcher, the lack of competition would indicate that he probably should step it up a little bit. But hey, what are you going to do? You got to do what you got to do. I have no clue what the hell's going to happen when Alvin Kamara is not on the team. Trevor Siemian making shit happen through the air. The Eagles just want to run the ball. Now they have 3 would-be premier runners, 60-yard plus guys on the season, single game. I don't know. The fuck's going to happen? There you go. That's that game.
Yeah.
Woo!
Man, I'm just curious. Do you think with the Eagles' top 10 picks possibly next year, are they going to take another receiver? Go Rager, Devontae Smith, and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. Yeah. I mean, I'd probably go O-line if I were them, but
well, right.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, you have a premier tight end apparently you could just throw any collection of 20 or 30 roster spots at running back. Just let them do whatever they want to do. The defense is pretty good. I mean, they're not crazy, but they're middle of the pack. Could use a little bump, but
yeah, man.
I don't know what you do with 2 top 10 picks, but something tells me one of them should be an O-lineman and one of them should be an edge rusher or a really good cornerback. That's what I do. They have 3 first next year. So that third one's the Colts, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that could end up being okay.
Pick 32, am I right?
Hey! So I'm excited about the Eagles for some weird reason. They got me with Jay Ajayi, and I just never left. But
I mean, they got an opportunity. When teams down their starting running back and quarterback, you feel like that's always an opportunity. But that defense, especially if you're trying to rush the ball, like you said. But
gonna have to get creative.
What you got on this, Christian?
I mean, I just echo everything you guys say. This one's a weird one for me. That's why I wouldn't ever want to cover it. Like, I mean, you talked about it. Trevor Siemian, no Alvin Kamara. And then the Eagles' experience as a whole going up against the Saints' rushing defense. It's just, you're right. It's just going to be a weird game, and I didn't know what I would say about it.
I was like, my whole thing was like, please, Alvin, come back.
Yeah.
That way I could be like, Alvin versus the Saints, or Alvin versus the Eagles, which is just like, could be slaughter time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely feels like it's going to be either a real sloppy game or the Saints are just going to blow it out.
I feel like the Saints are going to win.
Yeah.
Like
I think so.
The Saints are kind of like the Patriots, except the officials don't agree with
right.
It's a little different in the play call.
That pass interference call was atrocious.
Which one? Are we going back 3 years?
Oh man, that's
that
true.
Was the worst.
In the end, that swing. Oh no, it was the roughing the passer.
Oh yeah,
that roughing the passer was atrocious. That was a whole 14-point swing. But
wow.
All right, so you ready for this, Christian?
Oh, gloves are off.
It's about to go down. Oh, I've got the wrong graphic. I still got the Chiefs. Fucked it up.
It's not going down.
Vikings Packers, man.
Chiefs jersey over
Let's
there.
go.
You know what? This one actually matters for the Vikings, dog.
Yeah.
I didn't write a lot of notes because I'm coming at you raw. I'm barebacking this shit, dog.
I didn't have very much either, to be honest with you. But I don't know, man. Who would have thunk we'd have a Packers and Vikings game where you could argue that the Packers defense is better than the Vikings and the Vikings offense is better than the Packers? It's just that kind of year right now. I mean, efficiency wise and yardage wise, you guys are crushing us on the offense. And I would argue that in the last 4 weeks, the Packers defense has been a top 5 defense in the league.
Yeah.
So it's just an interesting dynamic there.
Without Jair Alexander, it's what's
without
happening?
Jair, without Zadarius Smith, the 2 of their best players, and they're just going off. We didn't have Kevin King for a lot. We didn't have Eric Stokes for some of it. Oh goodness, it's been weird.
It is wild to think about it because I'm thinking all right, how many Packers defensive players can you name? And they all didn't play last week,
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
But I am excited. Speaking of defense, Harrison Smith coming back, even though the rookie Bynum looked great. Anthony Barr's back, so suck it.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah, I knew you'd like
Here
that
we
one.
go.
I do see the weakness in the corners, and I do see some Devontae Adams might just pull a Darren Waller and just have 17 targets, all just shitting on Bashaud Breeland, who is our number one
he does
quarterback.
to fuck the Vikings up. That's Devontae's favorite time of year.
So it's we're second in the hurries, first in sacks. So hopefully we can get some pressure. Is what I'm really hoping on because Bakhtiari's not playing.
Nope.
Looks like
Another
Lazard.
setback.
is doubtful.
Lazard's not playing. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, your Randall Cobb play might not be a bad
might
idea.
Work out. Aaron Jones isn't playing. So yeah, it's gonna be. You guys could take this one for sure, especially in Minnesota. But if we get enough time, which I mean, our offensive line has played really well even without Bakhtiari. Yeah, it's all just gonna be if we can get time and use Adams to fuck you up, and just, I mean, don't underestimate AJ Dillon, man. That dude is a tank,
dude. Well, I mean, it's as far as the Vikings rushing defense, it is kind of flip-flopped in the last couple of weeks, man. We're definitely giving up a lot of rushing yards, especially per carry. And AJ Dillon is in my notes. Like, it says AJ Dillon's ... Oh, cripes.
Yeah, dude. They're gonna want to pound the ball. That's what they've been doing all year. Aaron Rodgers has kind of been the best game manager you could ever have. Like, he's just still playing really well, but they're not asking him to go out. So I don't even think with Aaron Jones gone, they're gonna get away from that. And so they're just gonna run Dillon right at the middle of your defense.
I would just the one thing that old Mike Zimmer is good at is having a defensive scheme against a team that he plays twice a year, especially at home. So I'm definitely looking for him to mix some coverages up. And I mean, I'm taking words from Aaron Rodgers' mouth. Harrison Smith back, one of the best safeties that he said he's played against. But as far as the offensive goes, man, I think this, as for the Vikings, not even as a Vikings fan, just in general for the Minnesota Vikings, this could be a turning point. Still in contention for that wild card. And it's like, if you drop this against your rival opponent at home, it kind of seems like the season might go might just start spiraling into the abyss. And I think this will be huge for confidence. Kirk Cousins, get Justin Jefferson going, which when Justin Jefferson has 10 targets, we win games. So hopefully looking back to getting that going. Dalvin Cook, a week removed from all the crap that was happening with him. So hoping to get that going. But yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of thinking the way the end of NFL's been trending, is this a Packers, are they due for a bad defensive game?
Maybe.
We'll see. I might have just jinxed it there, but I mean, not even shitting on the Packers, just more of the NFL trends of late.
Yeah.
Just seems odd, but I'm looking forward to the game. I think it's going to be the way that these coaches coach. I think it's going to be like kind of a weak first half, and then the second half is just going to kind of explode.
Yeah, for sure. I don't really have much more to add, except I think an interesting matchup to watch throughout the whole game and could kind of turn the game. The Vikings have the 5th highest graded special teams in the league according to PFF, and the Packers are dead last.
Oof.
Nice.
So you look for a big play to possibly turn on special teams that could kind of swing this game.
Yep. Wangwu and Dede Westbrook had an amazing punt return last week, which surprised the hell out of me. So yeah, I didn't even know that. That's great.
It's getting to the point where anytime it's a kickoff or a punt or anything on Green Bay, it's like, all right, well, what the hell are we going to do now? Like, what are we going to mess up? Although last week they did play pretty well for us. So.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, I'm looking forward to I'll wait for you to text me since I know you'll be working, all right?
Well, who knows? I'm going to try to DVR it, and yeah, if I do, I'll be texting you like during the Sunday night game because I'll just watch that instead.
Nice.
So we'll find out.
And I'll just be like, yo, boy, I'm so worried.
No.
Oh. But yeah, man, that wraps up our matchups, bro.
Yeah.
So let's go in. We got the rest we got all these other matchups we didn't cover. We're going to do a draft. Daniel did a little player pool. I do want to mention the scores from last week.
Of course.
I'm on top with 140 points. Christian in second, 113. Daniel at the end, 93.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know since I won, we won't do it this week, but I'm kind of thinking we can turn this into a little, like presidents and assholes kind of thing.
Oh.
The person who wins gets to add a rule every week.
Okay, add a rule, man. Fuck it. No one cares.
Wait, is Christian frozen right now?
Oh, no. He's just intrigued. Lee frozen.
All right, guys. We're going to do the draft of the remaining teams. Daniel right here made this cool little sheet that's on screen for you, and he will explain it to you now.
Oh, no. Okay.
As he explains it to us as well.
Yeah, all right. Well, I was just going to tell you guys that next to the offensive position rosters for the teams, there's some defensive rankings, and that is for the team. For an example, the Panthers, they are the number one defense in limiting pass attempts, so that might not bode well for the Washington football team. On the flip side, the Washington football team is 30th in limiting passing yards, so it could be a good thing for DJ Moore of the Panthers. You know what I mean? So that's basically just the long short of the tower on the right there, and it goes so passing yards ranking, rushing yards ranking, total yards ranking, and then finally there's a points ranking, which I like to see that. It doesn't really always mean anything, but you can see with like the Browns, apparently they're 5th in total yards and limiting total yards, but 22nd in points. So I guess people can score on them. Fuck it.
Yep.
However that works. So yeah, that's a little bit to know. So if you see the green, it may indicate some solid shit for the other team. But yeah. Other than that, I've got the pool sheet that we typically use. It's just ranked. I did like the top, 20 or 40 in the wide receiver column, and then kind of just guesstimated guys that the rankings below that. So yeah, we're not going to get very deep on these lists, honestly, with each of us having a max of like 3 or 4 wide receivers. You're not going to get past, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, or whatever.
Right.
But they're all on there, so take a look. It's in a book, Drafting Rainbows.
Well, awesome. Let's get to it, man. I like your stats, but, I like to go off intuition. It worked really well for me last week, considering I won by outstanding amount of points last week.
Yeah, this reminds me of Karate Kid scene where Danielson catches the fly and it says U.S. beginner's luck. So,
never once happened before. So I'm going to look at this here. And so we're going super flex. We'll look at it. We got quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, because fuck 3 receivers. Tight end, flex, super flex, and a flexi.
Fleck.
So let's go over here. Let's peep it out.
Oh!
Obviously, I'm going to start. Wait.
What? You're last, motherfucker. You won last week.
Yeah, dog.
What? It's not take ball? We don't play take ball?
All right, dude. You can do
No,
that. Can be your
no,
that can be your winner's rule if you want. Make it take it.
No. Okay.
Go for it, dude.
No.
That's your winner's rule. Make it take
It's the only opportunity you have to win. So here, Daniel, you go first. You're up.
Holy shit. All right, I haven't even looked at these lists. Let me pull this shit up real quick. Doop-ba, doop-ba, doop-da, boop-ba-da, beep, beep, boop. I'd like someone else to go first.
It's too late, man. You already did this. You did this to yourself.
I know. As I always do things to myself.
So we're looking here.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do what I should have done the last time I did something. And I'm going to go and drag this shit out. No, I'm just joking. I'm going to go ahead and take Nick Chubb.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. All right. I love Nick Chubb. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
He made it personal.
Was that, were you ready to say that out loud?
Oh no. No, I'm shocked he went over Christian McCaffrey, but I do love Nick Chubb, and he is playing the Lions as long as he does get to play. I mean, I know he's trending up that way, but
I should have said that the Lions are 30th in limiting
True.
the rush, so that was a big reason why I was so inclined.
yeah. No, it makes sense. I like it. I like the pick. I was surprised it wasn't a quarterback also because I was the only one that did that last week.
Yeah, I'm switching it up after getting dead last.
That's fair.
But if I did that every time I got dead last, I would have no consistency. So here we go.
All right. I think that makes me go up. So I will take Christian McCaffrey. I mean, the man's just a volume monster, and he's playing a decent defense, but, I mean, he doesn't even need to have a good game to get 25 points. So.
That is very true.
Yeah, true that.
All right. Let's look.
Can we pause so I can say I called it, the fucking Washington football team beating the...
You did call that.
Yeah,
the
you
Bucks?
did. That made me so mad.
All right, go ahead with your bad self.
Let's see here. Well, I gotta go with it. Double down. I'm going Tom Brady.
Tampa Bay.
Going
Noise.
Tom Brady. I love it. So then after this, I think I am just going to go ahead and nab old Debo Samuels off the board.
Okay.
Smart.
Because I know he ain't making it back. Oh, I just realized I was fucking up.
Just now?
Yep. I mean, not with my roster.
Shit. What you got for us?
Well, I should have said I was taking CMC because my number one pick, Elijah Mitchell, this jersey that I'm wearing that the boys over there in Kansas so lovingly gave me is not going to play, or he would have been my number one pick. I forgot to add that little tidbit of information. But I'm going to not do what I did last week and absolutely crater my team because they don't have a quarterback. And I'm going to take Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. Nice.
I didn't really think he was getting back to me, but I kind of got excited there.
Hey, he's not a full go quite yet, but he should.
That is true.
Yeah, I think he's
So it's definitely a little bit of a risk, but high risk, high reward.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and just get a little nutty myself here. And fuck it, man. I got to do what I got to do. A dude's got to do what a dude's got to do. I'm going to have to take James Robinson, who also...
Oh, baby.
Also not 100% healthy, but the 49ers are allowing the 24th most rush. I mean, they haven't really been the defense that they set out to be. So,
well, he wasn't coming back to you. I'll tell you that right meow.
Okay, well, there's that. There's that to take into consideration. So, after that, I got to keep on looking a little bit and... Fuck it, man. I'm going to go ahead and go for Christian Kirk. And I know it's kind of a reach, but Hopkins is out. Kyler might play. And Kirk has quietly been a top 20 wide receiver like most the whole year. So
Yeah.
Call me nuts, but this is my weird move that might sink the ship, but I'm going for it.
I don't think it's too weird.
Feels weird. I gotta say, the Seahawks are allowing the 26th most or 29th most in the pass yard department. So keep that in mind.
Well, I think all right. I am gonna go DJ Moore right here.
Hold on.
See.
Oh shit!
Is it-
Oh fuck!
isn't it
I'm
my
not
turn?
getting. Yeah, I'm not getting DJ Moore. Fuck.
Hold on, he says.
Hold on, my bad. I got excited.
Oh no, you're all good. I'll let you have DJ Moore. That's okay. I'll take DK Metcalf.
Yep.
Oof.
Smart move.
Yeah, that's who I was gonna take.
You gotta look out though. The Cardinals only the fifth
Yeah.
most pass.
Cardinals
Good look
defense
out.
is great, and the Seahawks did get shut down last week by the Packers. But I expect them to bounce back here just a little bit. Division games are always weird. Kind of seems like the Seahawks play really well against Arizona most of the time, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm hoping for that.
Not bad. All right. Well, I'm gonna take DJ Moore then.
Shocker.
Did you take back-to-back picks, Christian?
I don't get it.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
in the middle.
shit, fuck. Guess who's paying the most attention?
Are you talking? Don't doubt my skills. Score check, everybody.
No, it's not your skills. just haven't opened that tab that's keeping track of all this
So,
stuff.
yeah, so I just took DJ Moore, and I think, you know what? I really like what you had to say about DK Metcalf. I'm going to take Russell Wilson right here
Okay.
Nice.
and get my little soupy flex out of the way.
This is definitely gonna blow up in my face.
Oh, it's what did you call him? A lion shark?
yeah, Lion
Lion
Shark.
Shark.
I have some fun names on here.
All right. Well, no, I'm with you. I think Russ and the whole Seahawks offense is going to have a decent day. I could be wrong. Who knows? Cardinals are really good. But who I'm not going to be wrong about, and because the quarterbacks are dropping here, the Titans should absolutely steamroll the Texans. So give me Ryan Tannehill.
This is gonna be a rough one for me, guys. Pretty excited about it. Now that we say it out loud.
Well, you're the one who went Christian Kirk, man.
Hey, I'm still standing by that.
Yeah, you could have got him right here.
That's true. That's true. Well, just because I love how things are going for me, I'm gonna keep doing weird stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead.
Well, the good news is we don't need quarterbacks. You can just wait till the end now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, let me take a look here. What do we
Don't tell
got?
him that.
I
do
feel
you got?
bad for the guy. He took Christian Kirk. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna go for James Conner. I'm just gonna lock down
That's a good one.
that whole offense.
So that's gonna be. This is weird. I'm used to Christian being the running back guy.
I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to change it up, man. I
Oh,
lost.
I put Kirk Cousins instead of Christian Kirk, by the way.
I saw that. Yeah, I was very confused.
I'm a Kirk
But
fan.
I mean, my team did super, super well last week outside of my quarterbacks totaling less than 10 points. So I thought maybe I should kind of shore that up. CMC gives me a little bit more flexibility in the running back room. So
Oh, definitely. Well, back-to-back picks over here. Little snake draft. What you got?
Oh my God, I'm just 100% unprepared for all of this. Well, let me keep going then. Let me look at my roster real quick. Let's see. I got my flex and all that. I guess I better just take Mike Evans real quick. Take care of that real
That's fair.
quick.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Tampa Bay has got, little chippies on the shoulder, so it's just going to happen. They're going to get weird about it.
oh yeah. And the Giants don't have the team to be able to stand up against them.
No, neither did the football team. No, just joking.
That's true.
Shit.
All right, well, let me get that stack and get AJ Brown.
Nice.
There we go.
That's a good call.
Let's go.
I like that a lot.
Man, I am just not seeing all the players' names, I think, is what happened. No, I'm just joking. Christian,
Not at all, my friend. And
Christian
But-
Kirk.
But yeah, I just think Tannehill, AJ Brown, Titans are going to get up on the Texans very quickly and then coast to the end, but they're both going to have a really good game in the first half.
oh, yeah, baby. All right. Well, Well, shite. What do I want to do here? I think stick up Swifty on the board, Gibson on the board. I do need some running backs. But you know what? I'm going crazy, man. I'm going George Kittle.
Good call. I was going there next.
Hell yeah. I thought you might go John Bates.
Shut up, dude. And you know what? Oh, man. I need a running back, but I want to take Terry McLaurin so bad just to piss you off, Daniel. Just because he said that?
Okay.
You know what? But I feel bad. I'm going to take Lenny Fournette.
You got it, man. That's a good call. Lenny is quietly the RB13. Apparently, I use Fantasy Pros, so I don't know if
That's
any of these
insane.
things translate.
Oh, man. All right. I'm feeling good. All right.
All right. Let's see here. Got another flex.
Yeah, RB13. Yeah.
And
Red
I
Bull's
need to
really
fill
kicking
that
in.
running back spot. Let's go back and try it again, even though he screwed me last week. Let's go TJ Hawkinson.
Dude, with the goose egg, man. That was...
Yeah, he set me up for failure.
The old goose kebab.
But I am hoping he has a pretty good game back.
Yes, sir. Oh, is it me? Back-to-back picks again?
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm trying to keep up with one of these sheets. I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's Terry McLaurin still available?
He sure is.
Guess we'll go ahead and take that. Terry McLaurin. Is that my flexi?
Yeah.
No, I was probably going to try to get another running back there. Oh, well.
Well,
That'll
you can
happen.
Put that in your super flex if you want.
No, oh, well, actually, leave, yeah. Put him in the flexi.
You got it.
You got it. And since it's still my turn, this is what I think should be happening on my team. If you guys are ready for this right now, I'm putting Danny Dimes. I'm dropping Danny Dimes. I think with Saquon back, I think with Kadarius Toney back, Sterling Shepard might be playing.
Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay. And then, it is what it is. The banged up Bucks secondary. See what the fuck can happen. I don't know if he's going to do it, deep shot style, Kadarius Toney style, dump off mid-range Sterling Shepard style, or if it's just going to be that, here you go, Saquon. The house is over there. Take it to the house. But
man.
I think Danny Dimes going to be productive. So what up?
I'm into it. All right. Back to you, Christian.
All right. Well, speaking of it, speaking of the Giants, I might as well go ahead and take a chance on Saquon Barkley coming back. Fill that second running back spot. He could catch 10 passes for 60 yards and have some rushing, and I would be happy. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that Giants offense being back together, like you just said. So, hopefully the injury-prone Uber monster can come back and do well.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I feel like we all know where this is going.
I think you got to just... I'm going to go, since we do the old PPR thing, I'm going to go DeAndre Swift.
Good call. I almost went there.
Really sad the RB5 on the year. It's getting drafted super late in the
I
7th
mean-
round of this.
Yeah, he probably should have gone sooner, but
Yeah. What are you gonna do, man? The Browns really
fuck that up.
know what they're doing as far as eliminating opposing offenses,
Yeah.
except for in the red zone, apparently.
yeah.
Oh wait, why? I didn't even put him in my.
Assuming
running
my
back slot.
math's right, it could have been their number 2, and I just put 22 because that shit happens sometimes.
So I got a flex. I got a flex and a flexi. So. Don't need that. Don't need that.
Points
Nobody from the
allowed.
Texans. You know what? Let's go. Let's. I kind of want to get cute with it.
Oh, that's what I was doing too.
Get cute
Oh
then.
yeah. We gonna get a little. Well, all right. Well, I gotta go, Chris Godwin, man. That ain't cute, but I just love that man. So
Pretty
we're gonna
good.
go- Chris Godwin, put him in. My whole team is just Tampa Bay and the 49ers. Let's go.
Well, there are worse teams to kind of go in on this week. All right, give me for my flex position. Brandon Cooks.
I thought he'd come back around.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I mean, he's just been crazy this week or this year on a terrible team, putting up really good numbers. So I'll throw him in there.
Yeah, when I was like, I'm gonna get cute, that's exactly who I was looking at.
Hell yeah. Did you get, let me see. Let me catch up here. I'm still playing the game. You got no one to hold 'em, no one to fold 'em. As my turn?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your last 2 picks.
Okay, I guess I'll take Dan Arnold real quick. Knock that out. And then this is my super flex, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, fuck.
We could have Cam Sandwich.
I was
That'd be
thinking
fun.
about doing the Cam sandwich thing, but
Jimmy
let me look
Garoppolo.
one more time. Cam sandwich. No, I think that the Washington football team is going to keep that dream going. So, fucking give me Baker.
That's, okay.
All right, I'm doing it, guys. I'm telling you. This is the ugliest team in America, but when I have to pick third next week,
Well, I mean,
I'm just really banking on the Lions. No, actually, can I redo my pick before someone else picks?
yeah.
Is
go
it too
for
late? All right, I'm doing it.
5-second rule.
Cam sandwich.
Oh, that's more fun. I'll allow it.
All right. I guess that this is going to be probably just a ground and pound Browns team anyway.
Yeah.
I keep wanting for them to be a little more dynamic, but without Kareem Hunt around, and who knows
Yeah.
what the hell's happening.
Yeah.
It's not going to be much through the air.
All right, Christian.
All right.
You got a
Give
sex-
me Antonio Gibson.
Nice. I got to say, there's too many games this week.
Yeah, there are a lot of people to choose from.
Yeah, 4 games is a lot easier than 6 games.
Okay. Damn.
I still ended up getting a squad of running backs. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, this is crazy. I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, I got some Tyler Lockett action over here. I got some
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson action over here. I got some Kenny Galladay action over here.
All of a sudden, 3 wide receivers doesn't look so bad.
Okay, buddy.
Oops.
Oh man, I'm gonna take a chance here.
Take a chance, take a chance, take
Baker?
a chance on
No,
me.
No defenses this week.
Hell no, dude.
Pittsburgh did pretty well for me last week.
And I'm tempted to pick the Browns defense, honestly.
That would be actually a really good pick.
But that's not fun. And I got to give you losers a chance. I'm just kidding. Kenny Galladay, man. Let's go.
Nice.
You know,
Hell yeah.
I really wanted to go Jeff Wilson,
Yeah.
but this is going to be more fun.
I did not realize the Panthers defense was still doing that good, even without CJ.
They have
Horn.
been really good still.
And Horn's supposed to be back in like week 13 or something. It's just a little foot injury.
Yeah,
so
man.
Just his little foot.
just a little tiny toe.
We'll see if Cam can get it going.
You know he can, dude. He's got way too many accessories that he hasn't worn on camera to just go out there and
Ball
beef
out.
it. It's like Sam Darnold. Did they put him on IR because they didn't want to hear from him? Like, we don't want you.
It's like, go away.
If you put shoulder pads on in this stadium, you're fired. You're on. We don't want you here.
That's
Poor
it,
Sam
man.
Darnold.
Damn. Yeah, I tried to. I picked the Jets Dolphins game because I wanted this to be more interesting. It was almost too interesting.
It was definitely too interesting.
I guess it's more fun when it's shitty teams. I'll keep that in mind for next week.
I just couldn't see, like, I just couldn't wrap my head around it. That Christian Kirk pick was ridiculous, but I'm telling you, he's like crushing it.
You listen, man. I love the Christian Kirk pick. I just feel like it could have been on the next round.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it went Christian Kirk, DK Metcalf, DJ Moore, Russell Wilson, Ryan Tannehill.
That's true.
But we'll see, man. You know, I thought my team was shitty last week, but
I'm not like sweating it,
in
man.
Diggs, I
I
trusted.
did it because I had to. I did it because I wanted to.
Well, shit. Let's wrap it up for this.
All right.
You know what it is. This is Rough Draft Research. We're coming at you live every week, giving you the best in previews, reviews, and good times. So thanks for joining us. Thank you to all of our loyal listeners. We do really appreciate you popping in and joining us. And let's hope that we can keep the dream alive. You know, Rough Draft Research out.
Tune in next week to watch me pick third.
Yeah, you can't do a mic drop with these stupid stands.